If you have tried to get someone started on One Piece, I'm sure you've gotten the response of no, it's too many episodes, or they say yes, but they never do. I have recently started One Piece, and although I'm quite into the anime now, I can't help but ask myself, why didn't I start sooner? The first anime of the big three I completed was Naruto. So whenever the conversation of who's the best in the big three came up, I would say Naruto was better. But in reality, even as I was binging the series, I couldn't even remember lots of moments from early on in the show. Like, I enjoyed it and it's a good anime, don't get me wrong, but I couldn't remember some of the key moments or like epic moments that happened. Maybe it's because I'm not exactly watching it episode by episode and watching it through one pace, but I feel like I remember most of the details from One Piece really well. Comparatively to Naruto, at least, I remember most of the early parts. Now, if you're a person who hates people that decide to watch One Piece with one pace, you're fucking insane, because the time saved is criminal.
古い映画の中
I'm sure we all heard that One Piece has too many episodes. I'll be honest, I was saying this too, because as of August 20th, 2023, 1,073 episodes of One Piece have aired. Undoubtedly, that is a big looming wall for any anime viewer, whether it's seasoned or just starting. Now you may be asking, okay, you were once a One Piece hater, what changed? What caused you to finally start? Well, I'll be honest, it was the hype around the return of Joy Boy. Now you may also ask, what the fuck is this awful shit on my screen? In truth, I'm not going to spoil myself for this video, so I'm going to be self-animating some of this stuff. So I won't get too deep into this in today's video, but for a while I stopped watching anime entirely. But then I got back into watching anime with another series, and then once it wrapped up, I sat and thought to myself, what could I watch next? I had no idea what to watch, so I went surfing through anime lists and whatnot. But I had already watched the ones that intrigued me, so I decided to bite the bullet and begin One Piece. Actually, I once tried to start One Piece, watching episode by episode, starting with episode 1, where Luffy meets Kobe on Alveida's ship in a barrel, blah 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 blah, you know the story. But by the time I reached Syrup Village, I was bored out of my mind. Good stuff happens, yes, like we got the going merry at the end, but for some reason, no matter how much I tried, I could not sit down and watch it. As I'm writing this, I'm on Punk Hazard, so I have watched through a notable amount of arcs, and to this day, Syrup Village has to be the most boring for me. Now, I'm not gonna say it's unredeemable, of course. I won't judge you if you like it. Do I question your taste? Yeah, a little bit, but not enough you should be alarmed from. Like, I'd still take your suggestion in my recommendations list linked in the comments. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna hate on this arc. The best part of this arc is the Usopp pirates. No, not Usopp, only the kids. Forget the arc. Earlier on in the series, I couldn't stand Usopp. The only reason he's bearable now is because of Chopper. Now, don't get me wrong, I guess I kind of understand that his character is somewhat being scared of every step of the journey. And on Little Garden, he gets his dream of becoming a strong man like the warriors of Elbaf. I don't have specific examples, but the amount of close calls and possibly even events that would have been avoided if it wasn't for him being such a coward. Like, I get it, he's just a regular guy that just happens to have aimbot and is able to make a staff that controls the weather. Yeah, definitely just a regular guy. Look, I won't say much more because I don't hate him. I can admit he does have his funny moments, but I just find him annoying at times. Returning to the topic of the amounts of episodes One Piece has, I'd say I'm going through One Piece very fast. Now, this isn't exact, but I got from Jaya to Punk Hazard from August 1st to August 22nd, which is anime episodes 144 to 579 in 21 days. That's 435 episodes in a month, and I'm still around 500 episodes behind. I could watch Black Clover, which is 170 episodes, 3 times before I catch up to what's currently happening in the anime. An argument I would use against One Piece viewers was, of course you love it. You've watched over 1,000 episodes, you better enjoy it. Which is true. If you're going to watch 1,000 plus episodes, you better enjoy it. But as to why I'm telling you this is because the 1,000 plus episodes that you love is one of the biggest reasons people stay away. Which is why I'll give free promo to the site One Piece, because I think it's the way to go if you're like me and want to catch up. Are you afraid of the amount of episodes One Piece has? Well, do I have the solution for you? Let me introduce to you One Piece. One Piece is a fan project that edits the One Piece anime to match the manga's pacing. They remove filler scenes, ensuring smooth editing and transitions. Not paid for this, by the way. Okay, seriously, One Piece is probably the only way to catch up if you have life. On February 22nd, 2023, according to Hindustan Times, if you were to watch all of One Piece without any breaks or sleep, it would take a total of 420.8 hours or 17.53 days. Beyond that, there's a complaint I've heard about the post-time skip era of One Piece. It's that the pacing of it is horrible. According to Red Turtle 78 on Reddit, very reliable by the way, once they catch up to the manga, it starts covering 0.5 to 1 chapters per episode. Although of course each series varies, this other very reliable source says that 60 chapters is enough for a 12 episode anime. So let me take you back to math class real quick. All of this is hypothetical, of course. So 60 chapters, 12 episodes, so 5 chapters per episode versus the One Piece of 0.5 chapters, of course, half a chapter, times 12 episodes. Because we are comparing it to 12 episodes, you get 6 chapters. 6 chapters for 12 episodes. How many episodes would it take to get to 60 chapters with this hypothetical pacing? 60 divided by 5 is 120. So it would take 120 episodes to get to 60 chapters. Of course, my calculations don't mean much at all, as it's just hypothetical. And if an anime did 5 chapters per episode, you'll probably get Promised Neverland Season 2, aka trying to cover too much too fast. The math might not make much sense at all, nor the Promised Neverland point. The point is, half a chapter an episode is going to be slow. Watching One Piece as you're trying to pursue something, in my case, a YouTube channel, you can't go non-stop while watching it. Plus, you need sleep. If you are trying to catch up to One Piece, I heavily recommend watching it through one pace due to the amount of time saved. Not using such an amazing tool that is completely free is just a dumb thing to do. Now, as the guy that wanted to rush One Piece in a week or two just to be caught up by the time Joy Boy returned, and if you're going to take any advice from me, trust me, don't rush. To begin, I want to tell you a belief I have about One Piece. If One Piece was supposed to be sped through, then it would have ended by now. As we know, One Piece has 1,000+ episodes, blah blah blah, I bring it up a bunch. But none of them are for no reason. With such long arcs, we get amazing lore. If not lore, then we build a better bond with the characters. Although most of the time, it's a combo of both. As we have the chance now, I want to make a little checkpoint on this journey of the Sahara Desert. Now that I've hit the halfway mark of One Piece, my perspective on long-running anime have changed. Not that I look at it as like, if it has so many episodes, it's gonna be super f***ing good, but in a way to not immediately dismiss it as something horrible or most of its episodes are just pointless. Without further ado, my favorite arc so far is the Water 7 saga. Yes, I know, I couldn't pick a single arc. To give you a quick little rundown, after their adventure in Skypiea, the Straw Hat Pirates returned to the Blue Sea and were challenged to a Davy back fight by the Foxy Pirates. They won the fight, of course, then arrived in Water 7, known worldwide for its unparalleled shipyards, where they made enemies with CP9 and the Frankie family. The crew begins to fall apart when Usopp left the crew in protest of Luffy's decision to not repair the Going Merry. On Enos Lobby, the Straw Hat clashed with CP9 to rescue Robin, who had been kidnapped by CP9. In the meantime, Ace found Blackbeard, and the two engaged in a fatal duel in which Ace was defeated and captured for future events. These arcs stand out to me because it had everything I love about One Piece. There were consequences to their actions, one of them being the Going Merry, of course, receiving her at the end of the Syrup Village arc, to crossing the Grand Line with her, to going up to Skypiea and back down again. She's going through so much and it actually damages the ship, damaging the ship to the point that it was unfixable. So they burned it alive because it's much better than being left in the bottom of the sea alone. Now, I won't get into everything, but this saga was the first time I was really into it. I finally realized that I really like this anime. I won't lie to you, I cried when the Going Merry burned. I smiled when the Straw Hats plus Sniper King all gathered together versus CP9. I was so annoyed that Luffy got stuck between the buildings twice. If you watched my video on Villain Saga, you would know that my favorite character from anime are usually the main character. This statement remains true as my favorite character is Luffy. I won't lie, Chopper is a close 1.5. And then there's Zoro, and Frankie's up there too, Garp, Donut, my bad, Ace. But if I were to pick my favorite, it's Luffy. Although the Water 7 saga is my favorite, I can't wait to see what's to come in the new world, as well as the 4 emperors and the fact that everyone has changed and has grown stronger after the war. And I also know it's going to be good because I somewhat have an idea of where it's heading. Now that I talked about Villain Saga, Attack on Titan, and now One Piece, I feel like it's important to bring up the biggest problem of calling yourself an anime fan.
And now you're gay! Yeah!